Hey guys, it's Jet888 here. It is January 12th. I did a video yesterday. I'm hoping to put it out, but this one will probably be posted beforehand. Anyhow, so I was doing some research this morning. I usually take my mornings to do some research on plants and health and stuff like that. And I came across this word, which I know probably most of us know what this means, in silico. In biology and other experimental sciences, an in silico experiment is one performed on computer or via computer simulation. The phrase is pseudo-Latin for in silicon. Remember, we've heard of Silicon Valley, right? I did the anagram for Silicon Valley, and it's siIico villain, Silicon Valley. So anyhow, this says the phrase is pseudo-Latin for in silicon, referring to silicon in computer chips. It was coined in 1987 as an allusion to the Latin phrases in vivo, in vitro, and in situ, which are commonly used in biology. The latter phrases refer respectively to experiments done in living organisms, outside living organisms, and where they are found in nature. And why I'm showing you this is because I was looking into the properties of this plant, and it's called Andrographis paniculata. It looks like this is what the spelling is. So they call it king of bitters, and then here's Andrographis paniculata. See, so, and they also refer to it as king of bitters, but this is a lovely little herb that you could grow. So anyhow, I was looking into the properties of this plant. So I'm looking on PubMed, Andrographis paniculata. I don't know what that extra means, but antiviral properties. So just going into the abstract, it says, and I'm not going to read all this, but Andrographis paniculata is home to a rich variety of molecules, especially andrographolide and its derivatives. Clinical properties of the andrographolide are multifarious and include analgesic, antipyretic, that means no fevers, retroviral. It has, look at all these, antiproliferative, anti-malarial, all these things that it talks about. It's even protective against alcohol-induced toxicity and cardioprotective activity and anti-cancer activity. So it just goes on. And then it talks about down here, now it mentions influenza, and then it says, studies on SARS-CoV-2 is restricted to in silico molecular docking studies on viral targets and selected host target proteins. So it also says, let's see, where was this? And they talk about a virus, which I don't really believe in that, but anyhow, it says andrographolide as a drug is yet to reach its full therapeutic potential since its molecule shows low bioavailability. That means your body doesn't absorb it or use it easily. It doesn't get into the cells easily. It says andrographolide therapy is in need of an appropriate delivery system that may increase its bioavailability. Further, high-quality studies are needed to firmly establish the clinical efficacy of the plant. So if they were, they know DMSO is a totally appropriate delivery system. So if you grew this plant, made an infusion or tincture out of it, and then added a few drops of DMSO, there you would have your bioavailable plant or product or chemicals. So this is coming from the NIH National Laboratory of Medicine. There's your little Fauci dude, PubMed.gov. That's what they are saying. They are saying studies on SARS-CoV-2 is restricted to in silico molecular docking studies on viral targets, because there's no such thing as a viral in nature. And if they want to find viruses, they have to add all kinds of garbage and toxins, and they have to starve the cells if they want to create what they call a virus. So that picture that they show you using the word in silico or silico, this is a forest of synthetic pyramidal dendrites generated in silico using Kaha's, how do you say this, laws of neuronal branching. I wonder if Elon Musk had something to do with this, but this is a computer generated image right here. And this picture is from Herman Kuntz. Great name. Computational biology issue image. It's all in a computer. It's not real. You can't find it in nature. So here in silico, again from Wikipedia, not the best source, but in biology and other experimental sciences, and in silico, an in silico experiment is one performed on computer or via computer simulation. So the history says the earliest known use of the phrase was by Christopher Langton to describe artificial life in the announcement of a workshop on that subject and the Center for Nonlinear Studies at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in 1987. So the expression in silico was used to characterize biological experiments carried out entirely in a computer in 1989 in the workshop Cellular Automata. So I'm going to skip down here because you can read this in Wikipedia. It says the phrase in silico originally applied only to computer simulations that modeled, not were, but that modeled natural or laboratory processes in all the natural sciences, and did not refer to calculations done by computer generically. Drop down to this drug discovery with virtual screening, and the last sentence here says, as an example, the technique was utilized for a drug repurposing study in order to search for potential cures for that. And remember, the number 19 is AI, because 1 equals A and 9 equals I. In the part that says cell models, efforts have been made to establish computer models of cellular behavior. For example, in 2007, researchers developed an in silico model of tuberculosis to aid in drug discovery, with the prime benefit of its being faster than real-time simulated growth rates. Jumping down the sentence below, it says these efforts fall far short of an exact, fully predictive computer model of a cell's entire behavior, because they are underestimating what the body and the cells do and the energy that we have. And the computers cannot do this. They don't have a soul. There's no divine energy. There's no nothing. Look at that. The word is silico. I see the word, where is that? Silico cell models. Anyhow, I just thought that was really interesting how the NIH reads studies on SARS-CoV-2 is restricted to in silico molecular docking studies on viral targets and selected host target proteins, which means it doesn't exist in nature anywhere. So with that sentence, these efforts fall far short. Predictive computer models. I'm going to skip down here. So it says limitations in the understanding of molecular dynamics and cell biology, as well as the absence of available computer processing power, force larger simplifying assumptions that constrain the usefulness of present in silico cell models. So it just even says that the usefulness of these models is constrained or limited. And perhaps this will answer for a lot of people why they are so hell-bent on putting up all these cell towers. Absence of available computer processing power, force. So maybe they need more storage or power or something, but I bet it has something to do with all the cell towers they're putting up because they need more AI. AI. So some of the words you might want to look at also, it says virtual screening, all this stuff here. Look at this, organ on a chip. How do you like that? In silico medicine. That's computerized medicine. You're not a computer yet, are you? Yet. If you keep letting them do the needle crafting on you, you will be. So pay attention, people.